I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that it's not the answer. By Jim Carrey. Find what is common in the below statements. Finish 10th grade exams and you will be happy. Finish school and you will be happy. Get a job and you will be happy. Get a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you will be happy. Get married and you will be happy. If you haven't noticed yet, it is the subtle reminder between each statement that you are not happy now and you need to reach or do a specific act to become happy. Unfortunately, for most of us, these statements have been repeatedly preached to us by the society, parents, teachers, and sometimes we ourselves. The feeling that we need to reach a goal to be happy and the disappointment to reach that goal only to be given a next one has left many of us with a void and no clue on what happiness really is. But trust me when I say this, it doesn't have to be this way. In fact, you could be actually happy and come out of this vicious cycle to see the world entirely from a different perspective and understand truly what happiness means. In this video, I will show you how. Number 1, life is actually unfair. This concept might be a little tricky to understand, but bear with me. In physics, entropy is a term used to measure the disorder in the system, and it has been proven that the entropy of the universe is always increasing. What this essentially means is that by the law of nature, everything is bound to go into chaos unless there is a continuous effort to prevent it. Just like buildings that are left without maintenance crumble and fall to pieces over the years, or unused paths getting covered with wilderness, life always tries to break any order that has been set by us. Basically, living life is similar to the activity of standing over an escalator moving backwards. You will need to walk at the speed of the escalator even to just stay in the same spot. Every time you take a pause, the escalator will push you backwards, and the only way to move forward is to start running. And that brings us to our second point, which is there is no meaning to life, but there is. If you're thinking that your life has some superior meaning, then you're likely to be disappointed. In the billions of years this universe has existed, our existence in comparison is but a mere speck of dust. Whatever we do, say, and achieve would most likely be meaningless in the next 1,000 years, if not in the next 100. So theoretically, your life matters as much as a rock you would find in your backyard. But hear me out. Does this mean there is no point in living? Absolutely not. While life itself is small, it is also extremely rare. Your small lifetime in the billions of years in the continuum of the universe is the only period where you can interact with and experience the universe. You wouldn't be able to do this 100 years from now or before. The fact that you can think, do, and achieve stuff that you want by interacting with the rest of the universe makes life incredibly special and magical. And that brings us to the answer to the questions we started with in this video. When life gives you no meaning, find it yourself. Since life by itself doesn't give you meaning, it is up to you to find one yourself. Going back to the escalator example, for you to move forward in life, you need to run. And for you to keep running, you need a reason. And to give you a sense of how people have done it well, for a second, imagine all the difficulties and anxieties you have ever faced in your life. Now, multiply that by 10 and still you wouldn't probably be any close to the suffering Viktor Frankl had to endure while he was imprisoned in a Nazi camp where torture and death were just daily routine. Viktor Frankl was able to survive all the hellish experience only by constantly reminding himself of his family and of an unfinished book that he had to publish. He then wrote a book on his experience where he states that we all have to go through sufferings in life, and it is only the meaning behind the suffering that gives us the energy to overcome it. Similarly, you will need to associate your meaning of life to a larger goal that you want to achieve. These goals shouldn't be materialistic, like getting marks or a job, as you would be left with a void once you achieve it. Instead, have goals like giving your family the best life they had, making the earth more greener, or even like how Elon Musk aims for making Earth an interplanetary species. The thing about these goals is that it stresses more on the journey than a particular destination, and your goal will be strong enough to give you the reason to go through any suffering that you come across. Often, hope and reason are underrated, but you need to realize how powerful they can be in living a fulfilling life. With having a larger reason to be alive, you would wake up every morning excited and go to sleep wanting to do more.